So I decided to do these as two separate videos. The first one was introducing my new stamp sets, and this video is introducing my new die sets. Again, all designed by Vicky Wellsby. It was my sort of initial ideas, and then she's put them all together into the die sets, which is really cool. So it's 4 A2 stitched rectangle die sets. So each rectangle, the inside will cut you a rectangle that is 4 by 5 1/4 inches, which is my favourite size to use. So the stitched rectangles that I usually link to are all that size, because that is my absolute favourite size, because it fits on a UK A6 card blank. All you have to do is trim the height of the card blank down a bit and this will fit perfectly. So you might be thinking, why would you need 4 rectangles of the same size? But they all have a different stitched edge. So you've got this one, which is called the Dots and Stars, which has the basic 1 stitched edge. And when asking Vicky to design these, I said, could she put an extra cutting or an extra embossing edge on the outside of the cutting edge. So each die will cut you the rectangle that has the stitching on the edge, but they also have the extra on the other side. So if you prefer making bigger cards, you can use them to cut an aperture and then create it into a frame to go on a bigger card. So I thought it would be, I mean, that's a tiny bit extra, but it makes the die so much more versatile. And also I've got another way of using this edge, which I'll show you later as well. So this set has the regular stitching on it, which is the Dots and Stars. Then the Fleur De Lis set, which is my favourite, has a double stitching, and I also put the double stitching on the outside as well, because I've never seen a double stitched on both sides of the cutting line before, so I thought that was a really a good die to have. So that one's double stitched. Then you've got the Love and Romance set is pierced. It's got tiny little piercing, and they're so cute, the tiny little dots. And then the Floral set has got wonky stitches, and it's got little hearts in it as well. So there's 4 hearts that go around it, and the 2 on the long sides are the right way up, so that if you make the card portrait, they're the right way up. But then I also got Vicky to put 2 extra hearts on the sides, so you could use it landscape as well. And it looks like it's part of the pack, because this one's up the right way, that one's up the wrong way, so you could use it either way, like that as well. Okay, so that's explaining the differences in the rectangles. But then the concept of it is, inside the rectangles you then have all the elements to make a card. I haven't actually filmed any videos or made any samples using the die sets a lot yet. I've only been die cutting the edges of the cards I've already made, but there will be plenty of videos with showing all the ideas that I had when I was designing the sets as well. So, but in the Dots and Stars you get a rectangle, and again I've put a double cutting edge line on it, so you get a single stitched rectangle that will map perfectly in the centre of your single stitched rectangle, the main die, but you've got the double stitched on the outside, so you could then mix and match and use the small rectangle with your Fleur De Lis set that has the double stitch. So you can have a double stitch with a rectangular aperture that also has a double stitch on it, which I thought was a neat idea. And then in this set you've got the oval that are both double stitched, because I really like that double stitched look, and it's really nice to be able to have an aperture with a double stitch on, because I don't think I've seen that before. Yeah, and then with the Love and Romance set you get a basic heart shape, and that has the piercing on both sides which looks really nice. I've cut this one in vellum. I haven't got the card because I've already given it away. But that looks really nice. It's really dainty as well. And then for the floral set, you have got a circle, which gives you the single stitch on the outside, which again you could cut into the single stitched rectangle from the dots and stripes set if you wanted them to match, or you could cut it from any of them. And then you have the wonky stitch on the inside of the circle as well. And then, so as well as getting the main rectangle and a basic shape, you also get a word die. So for the dots and stars you get hello, for the Fleur De Lis you get thanks, for the love and romance you get love, but you could do with love, I love you, or I'm thinking you could snip off the S off thanks and use thank you as well, or even with thanks. And then you've got wishes in the floral set too. Then as well as a basic rectangle, a basic shape and a word die, you also get other elements to embellish your cards. So we'll start with the floral one this time. So you've got 3 different sizes of a lovely flower, and you've got 3 different sizes of petals too. So the idea is you can use the 2 smaller flowers with the leaves to create a sort of wreath effect around a circle, or even around the heart or the oval or the rectangle. And then you've also got the giant flower. You could use that to create a shaker aperture, or multiple shaker apertures, or using all 3 together to create lots of apertures of different sizes, or you could use this more as a focal element on a card, or if you like to create bigger cards, then you've got bigger flowers to embellish your cards too. And again, I will be having lots of videos using the sets like these, but I haven't got around to filming them yet. So then the next set is the love and romance set. So in this set, I thought I'd have a sort of mixture of things. So you've got a circle die, and then you've got, so that's a nice small little circle die, because they're often useful to have small circles, and yeah, it's nice to have a circle. And then you've got 3 different sizes of hearts as well, which you can use to create, like cut 4 of them and create a 4-leaf clover for a good luck card. That will be a video coming up. Or you could use them to cut apertures, or you could just use them to cut embellishments for your card. You could cut the heart inside the circle and swap it out for the O in the word love. There's lots of different things you can do with them. And also you've got a pierced heart, which just puts the piercing in, and a stitched heart, which just puts the stitching in, which is really cool as well. And actually, you can probably, I haven't tried yet, but you could probably use that heart to cut out the centre, and then you've got a stitched aperture tiny little heart, and then the same pierced one. But yeah, I'll be experimenting with all this stuff. So that's that set. Then the Fleur De Lis, which is one of my favourites. So my idea behind this one was it's an easy set to make a shaker card with. So the Fleur De Lis cuts out the dark pink sections, so it doesn't actually cut out a Fleur De Lis, it cuts out all the sections of the Fleur De Lis. So you could put acetate behind it and create a shaker that's Fleur De Lis shaped, which I will be doing. And also I'm thinking cut this multiple times all over a background, then cut it in colours and inlay it back in would look really cool too. Then you actually have a Fleur De Lis as well that cuts out the full Fleur De Lis. Then this little element is a bit misleading on the packaging, but it only cuts out the interior pieces, it doesn't cut out the edge as well. But I'm thinking that would make an interesting inlay die cut pattern. You could cut a few of them across a border. Yeah, I'll be experimenting with that one. Then you have this funny little corner piece as well. And also, as well as the double stitched oval, you also get a plain oval that's slightly smaller as well, which I thought would be good for shaker cards too, because sometimes you make your focal element and you really want a frame around it to make it pop out from the background, so you can use the double stitch and the single stitch together to get this dark pink as a frame, which I think would look really nice too. So that's my ideas behind that one. And then this set is called the Dots and Stars, which was originally to be the more masculine set of them. And you've got this cool dotty pattern which cuts out 2 different sizes of dots all randomly, and it literally just cuts out the dots. So I'm planning on doing, I want to use this with my little spaceship stamp, as I think that would look really cute, and I also want to cut a whole background like it, and I'm thinking that my rainbow gems I keep using will fit inside the holes nicely too. And then the same idea with the stars. There's 4 different sizes of stars. So again, you could have this as a strip going this way, you could do it as a strip going this way and extend it and add a bit more to make it the length of the card. Again, you could paper piece in the bits, you could even fill in the gaps with Nuvo drops, and this would be great for Nuvo drops as well. Then on this one you've got 3 elements that are all circles with a star inside. I really love this look. I often try to create it with the dies that I have, but I'm thinking a bubbly background with this, and then having the different sizes of these, maybe in a metallic card floating on top, would look really cool. And then I love a good paint splat, so I thought this could be, you could use it as a positive element, you could cut it out and use it as an aperture, you could use it as a stencil, and any of these you can cut from funky foam and use them as stamps too. So I'll be showing you lots of these different techniques in my videos over the next few weeks. Hoping to get quite a few filmed this week as well, so they should be popping up. So these are my 4 die sets, and I've been rabbiting on for ages and you're probably fed up of my voice now. Oh, actually I was going to show, so these are some of the cards I showed in my stamp video yesterday, and this is just showing how they cut. So this is the floral one with the wonky stitches, and obviously you've got the different hearts in the different areas all the way around the border, and then you've got the lovely wonkiness. Then this is the Fleur De Lis one with the double stitching. I really love the double stitching. I think this is going to be my absolute favourite one to keep using, but it's so cute and they're so dinky, the little stitches. It's gorgeous. Then this is the single stitched one, which again is really dinky little stitches, and it's really close to the edge as well, which I really like because it just finishes off the card nicely. And then this is the tiny little pierced one. Again, they're really nice and close to the edge, and they're really tiny too. You probably could sew through them as well if you had the patience to sew through the tiny little holes. But yep, so that's the tiny ones. And then on this card I wanted to show, this is the double stitched oval in vellum behind, and then you see this red strip that's going across. This is my second use for the outside cutting edge of the die. This is my second reason for adding that, as well as using it as an aperture on a big card. You can also use it just to cut a piece of card, and I cut it on both sides of this one. So this was just like a tiny scrap of card that I coloured red, and then I just used the outside cutting edge on both sides of it to create a little border strip. So I'm sure I'll be doing that on some more cards as well, using the different outsides too. So there we go. So these are my 4 die sets, and there'll be plenty of videos coming up soon where I've been using them. So thanks for watching.